Hello everyone and welcome to this particular video. In this video, we are going to understand what actually is web. So we all are interconnected to many computers, devices into this particular web. So three main important things to know is, first is what is a website, what are web browsers and how they work, and what are servers. So what actually is a website? In general terms, the collection of web pages is called as a website. A website builds with a lot of web pages, and the main web page of the website is known as a home page. For example, you can see www.google.com is a website. When you will type this particular address into your browser, you will be able to see a beautiful home page. That is how a website works. Now, how do you build a website or a web page? Three main important things that are required to build a website or a web page is HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. So HTML is a markup language. It means you can provide the structure of your web pages with the help of HTML tags. CSS, it is used for designing your web pages. For example, with the help of CSS, you can change the color of the text into your web pages. JavaScript, it is a programming language for the web. With the help of JavaScript, you can update both the HTML, CSS, and add more functionalities into your particular website or web page. Now, as you can see on the screen, I have opened a web page of Hacktify.in. As you can see, on the right hand side, there is the HTML code. So the HTML code would look something like this, which will also have a CSS styling code inside, which will also have a JavaScript code. So altogether, these type of code makes a website, as you can see onto your left. So there are total two types of website. One is a static website and another one is a dynamic one. So what is a static website? So in a static website, the codes are fixed for each page, so the information contained in the page does not change and looks like a printed page. For example, my one-pager resume or CV website, which just shows my CV, that is considered as a static website. On the other hand, if a website or a web page access its content from a database or a content management system and has a lot of functionalities, then it is considered as a dynamic website. So let us talk about web browsers now. So what actually are web browsers? Web browsers are software programs that allow a user to locate, access, and display the web pages of the website. So we have come to know about how actually a web page is made, which ends up making a website. But how are you going to access that particular website? So we need something, that is a web browser. So there are different types of web browsers that we use. For example, Chrome, Internet Explorer, Opera, and Mozilla Firefox. But we are only going to use Mozilla Firefox for our practicals, as it is more easy and comfortable and contains a lot more developer options that we can utilize compared to Chrome, which has XSS auditor, which will suppress our XSS attacks. So we are going to use a Firefox only. Now, how does a web browser work, or how does it is able to load a website or a web page? It is very, very simple. So in general, a web browser takes the HTML, CSS or a JavaScript code and then passes it into some rendering engine, and then the rendering engine will start passing the HTML document and convert the elements to DOM nodes into a tree called as a content tree. So the DOM is then stored into our web browser, that is the Mozilla Firefox. Then finally you are able to see the complete web page into your browser. So once the whole process is done, when the HTML, CSS, JavaScript is being taken from the server, rendered into your browser, into your DOM with the help of a rendering engine, you finally are able to see a website onto your browser. So I hope you guys understood how a website and web browser works. Thank you.